Welcome to the age of endless possibilities, where technology connects us in ways we never thought possible. Thanks to the rise of the internet, millions of people all over the globe are only ever a click away. At any given moment, we have the whole world waiting at our fingertips, ready for us to explore. But here is the question that keeps so many of us up at night. Do you ever get lonely? If the answer is yes, I want you to know that you are not alone. The irony is hard to ignore, isn't it? We are living in a time of unprecedented connectivity. We can video chat with someone on the other side of the planet for free. We can see what our high school friends had for breakfast. Yet, so many of us still feel profoundly disconnected. In today's fast-paced, high-tech society, we are seeing a spike in loneliness that is truly alarming. So why, despite being more plugged in than any generation before, do we still struggle with feelings of isolation and depression? Let us dive into it together. One of the biggest culprits is that we are increasingly chatting with bots, not buddies. Think about your daily routine. Need to know the weather? You ask Siri. Need to send a quick email or reorder your groceries? You tell Alexa. Chatbots have replaced a lot of customer service representatives at the front lines. This increased reliance on artificial intelligence-driven communication tools is convenient, absolutely, but it leads to fewer face-to-face interactions, which potentially contributes to our growing sense of isolation. Think about it deeply. When was the last time Siri or Alexa asked you how your day was genuinely going? When was the last time a chatbot shared a funny joke that made you laugh until your stomach hurt? Artificial intelligence might make our lives easier, but it cannot replace the warmth, the empathy, and the connection of a genuine human conversation. We are trading efficiency for intimacy, and our souls are feeling the difference. Then there is the issue of shallow connections. In the hustle and bustle of today's world, meaningful connections can sometimes slip through the cracks. A lot of the time, people are focused only on metrics: how many followers they have, how many likes their photo got. Our interactions have become more superficial and focused on quantity over quality. This leads to a lack of depth and authenticity in many of our relationships. That is why so many of us still feel lonely despite having a vast online network. You can have 5,000 friends on Facebook and no one to call when you are crying. We can feel deep down inside that it is all just digital noise. And let us not forget the social media mirage. Perfectly curated Instagram feeds can make us feel incredibly lonely and insecure. Constant exposure to the highlight reels of others can create unrealistic expectations and a gnawing sense of inadequacy. You see the vacations, the promotions, the happy couples, and you wonder, what is wrong with me? Comparison is the thief of joy, they say. It is truer now than ever. In fact, some studies have shown that more time spent online especially when real-life relationships are already poor, can actually worsen feelings of loneliness in youths. This leads directly to a bad case of FOMO, or the fear of missing out. Overexposure to social media can leave us constantly worrying that everyone else is out there having amazing experiences while we are left out. When we succumb to our FOMO, it makes us feel inadequate, lonely, and discontented. Remember, the grass always looks greener on the other side because of the filters. Embracing the realness of your journey, the messy, unfiltered, beautiful reality of it, and appreciating the small, genuine moments in life can be a powerful antidote to the anxiety induced by the illusion of missing out. Finally, we have techno stress and digital overload. While technology has brought us closer in many ways, it has also made it challenging to unplug. Constant notifications, emails, and virtual meetings can leave us feeling overwhelmed and mentally drained. With every buzz, update, and notification, our devices demand our attention nearly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It can be easy to feel stressed out and overwhelmed with the constant barrage of information, creating a sense of pressure to keep up and be on top of everything all the time. This techno stress leads to anxiety, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating. So, taking care of your mental health in the digital world is crucial. What is the solution? Do we throw away our smartphones and go live in a cave? Not quite. The key is finding balance. Use technology mindfully and purposefully. Stop mindlessly doom scrolling at 2 in the morning. Set a limit to your screen time. Connect with friends in person, look into their eyes, hear their voices. Take a step back and reconnect with the real, unfiltered moments of life. Now, let us go deeper. Sometimes, loneliness hides in plain sight. You might not even realize that certain behaviors are actually symptoms of a lonely heart. Let us explore the hidden signs of loneliness you might be missing. Number 1 is becoming overly attached to online relationships. Online friendships can be amazing, but if you are relying solely on them, it might point to loneliness. If you find yourself more comfortable in a forum or a game lobby than at a dinner table, it is worth asking why. While online relationships can be meaningful, they shouldn't replace offline connections entirely. Number 2 is over-explaining or oversharing. Have you ever caught yourself telling the grocery store cashier your entire life story? Or perhaps you flood a new acquaintance with details about your childhood trauma. This often stems from a deep need to be seen and heard. It is a sign of loneliness we might not realize. You are craving connection so badly that it spills out whenever someone listens for even a moment. Number 3 is binge watching or gaming for hours. While everyone loves a good Netflix binge, consistently spending hours on shows or games could be a hidden sign of loneliness. It is a form of escapism. You are replacing real social interaction with parasocial relationships feeling close to characters who do not know you exist. It feels comforting, but often deepens isolation. Number 4 is constantly keeping busy. If your calendar is always packed, it might not be productivity. It could be avoidance. Staying busy prevents you from having to sit in the quiet with your own thoughts and feelings. It is a mask for deeper emotional struggles. Number 5 involves emotional eating or a loss of appetite. Loneliness can disrupt your relationship with food. Some people eat to fill the void, using food as emotional comfort. Others lose interest in food entirely because eating is often a social activity, and doing it alone feels sad. Number 6 is feeling tired despite sleeping enough. Do you feel exhausted even after 8 hours of sleep? Chronic loneliness puts your body in a state of stress. It triggers a fight or flight response because, evolutionarily, being alone was dangerous. This constant low-level stress is exhausting. Number 7 involves finding solace in nostalgia. Do you often revisit old photos or listen to songs from the past? Nostalgia can be comforting, but if you live there, it might signal that you are longing for a time when you felt more connected than you do right now. Number 8 is overspending or retail therapy. Loneliness sometimes hides in impulsive purchases. You buy things to feel a quick hit of dopamine, or perhaps to fill a physical space because the emotional space feels empty. Recognizing these hidden signs is the first step toward change. Whether it is emotional eating, oversharing, or finding comfort in nostalgia, these patterns are your mind's way of asking for connection. It is also important to understand that loneliness comes in different levels. It is not one size fits all. Level 1 is situational loneliness. This is when your circumstances make you lonely, moving to a new city, working from home, or a global pandemic. You know you have people who love you, but they just aren't physically there. Level 2 is social loneliness. This happens when you feel isolated because you lack a broad social network. You might have acquaintances, but you feel like you don't truly belong to a group. It is about the quantity and quality of your interactions. Level 3 is emotional loneliness. This is the painful one. You can be surrounded by loved ones, but still feel lonely because you feel they don't really know the real you. You might have to suppress yourself to keep the peace. It is a lack of deep, intimate connection. Level 4 is chronic loneliness. This is when loneliness has persisted for a long time and stretches into every corner of your life. It can feel hopeless, but it is not. Breaking out of this often requires big changes, but it is possible. So, why do we feel this way? Here are 9 possible reasons. 1. You might not know how to connect. You crave closeness, but lack the skills to deepen relationships. 2. You might be afraid of intimacy. You keep people at a distance to protect yourself from getting hurt. 3. You are going through a lot of change. Transitions are naturally lonely times. 4. You struggle with codependency, losing yourself in others. 5. You have lost touch with yourself. If you do not know who you are, it is hard to connect with others. 6. You feel misunderstood. 7. You struggle with feelings of worthlessness. 8. You are spending time with the wrong people who drain you rather than fill you up. And 9. You might be dealing with depression, which can make you feel isolated, even in a crowded room. If you are feeling lonely, here is the good news. The antidote is within reach. It starts with small steps. It starts with putting down the phone and looking up. It starts with being brave enough to be vulnerable. Instead of scrolling, call a friend. Instead of buying something new, reach out to an old connection. Instead of overworking, take a walk in a park where there are other people. Remember, the time you feel lonely is often the time you most need to be by yourself, not to isolate, but to befriend yourself. Use that time to understand who you are. When you are comfortable in your own company, you are never truly alone. But ultimately, we are social creatures. We need each other. So take a risk. Reach out. Say hello. Join a club. Volunteer. The world is full of people just like you, waiting for a connection. You are not alone in feeling lonely in this high-tech world. But the solution isn't hiding in your smartphone. It is out there in the real world, in genuine connections, laughter, and shared moments. So the next time you are feeling a bit lonely, maybe put down that device, look around, and embrace the beauty of human connection. After all, it is what makes life truly worth living. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If this video resonated with you, please let us know in the comments. Your story matters, and sharing it might just help someone else feel a little less alone. Until next time, sending you waves of happy aura.